Hey everyone on YouTube, this is Fine Dragon Karu, possibly the first person to ever do in-depth mask video reviews on the net. And talking of mask reviews, it's time for another one. So, it's back to Series 3, aka the Racing Series for this one. And the one that we're talking about in question, Bulldoze. It also goes under the name of Bulldog. I'm not quite sure if it's like a regional difference or it was just a misprint for a certain run of the toy. I do not know. All I know is when I bought it, it was called Bulldoze, and on all the leaflets it also carried that name as well. Right, and the first thing you'll probably notice, especially if you're a Transformers fan, is it looks like a blue version of Optimus Prime, with the flat front. It also shares similarities with the mask vehicle Rhino, that being of course it being a truck with its trailer hitch, which doesn't actually connect to anything because I don't think a trailer was ever made for this line. And when it transforms, you'll notice as well a major Rhino trademark, so to say. Anyway, it's a nice, large, detailed vehicle. Towers over most of them simply because of the cab at the front. And inside, you can probably already see him, it's his driver. The rather humorously, I think, named Boris Bushkin. Coming complete with his mask, Comrade. And yeah, the only way you could make this any more Russian is if you had bloody Zangief from Street Fighter as his co-driver. Talking of co-drivers, yep, there's a room for a second person inside here, of course. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with seat belts. So when you're driving people around, they do kind of rattle around a little bit, but hey, at least they're staying pretty well. Another funny touch that Boris Bushkin has is, if I turn him this way around, he seems to be tattooed with an M on his head. I don't think that ever appeared in the cartoon, and I'm really not too sure why it appears on here. It could be some guy at the factory having a laugh, I do not know. It's just odd. I mean, even when you put the helmet back on, you can kind of see it a bit. So anyway, there's Boris Bushkin. Now, I'll just move them to the side a little bit. The point of all masked vehicles is, as we know, they transform. So let's get right onto that right now. First thing we have to do is the back wheels. We can flick them around 180 to reveal Caterpillar tracks. Just a quick word as well, solid plastic detail. They don't move. It's like Stinger in that regard. Now, the next point to do, this button at the back. Now, it's not actually spring-loaded, it's supposed to, but as you can see, it's an old vehicle, doesn't do it nowadays. So all you have to do is hold down the button, give it a bit of tap, there we go. And that's most of the transformation done there, or at least the main part. Now for the Rhino part, we pull these stacks outside and rotate them forward a little bit to aim upwards. There's your front cannons, and we've got some more cannons here which just pull out. Also, when the cab topples backwards, you notice this chainsaw protrudes from the front. And the last two details to do, one of them being my favourite, is these seats at the back. Obviously you can't drive it because you're looking up at the sky, so what you can do is you lean forwards like that. You still can't see forwards with jack, but hey, it's a nice detail which I always remember as a kid. And finally, platform backwards, raise and lower and twist out, rocket launcher on the back. And this is why I also took Boris out of the vehicle to start with, because there's a platform on here with a peg, which you can just stand the figure to operate the rocket launcher with. You'll also notice, because of it being an old toy, it's not exactly flat. But hey, that's because I used to play them so much as a kid. Also, we'll take Boris off the back here and just show you another little detail. You see the splash shield here, which also raises up when the vehicle folds out. If we just take it, we can pull it forward and actually sit another figure at the front and close up. It's a pretty nice feature, but you have to remember as well, you can't close it now because of the figure being in there, so make sure you don't wreck any, you know, if you forget that they're in there. So yeah, that's Bulldoze's second mode. Oh, another little detail I forgot to mention. On this side and the other tank on the other side, there's peg holes which you can use to put the Boulder Hill what they're called gas hoses into, so you can fill them up. The other little detail to know is that yes, there's stickers peeling on the sides and the sellotape holding some of them on. That's because as a kid I tried to fix these stickers because I hate how they eventually peel up like that. Right, if you want to get one of these loose, please bear in mind that this chainsaw is held on by a plastic tooth. Just clips on like that. And of course the other accessory to remember is the rocket launcher on the back, which should still fine. Let's have a look. Yeah, not very far, but hey, it still fires. Let's just collect that, put it back on because I don't want to lose it, especially after all this time. Alright, there you go. So yeah, if you're after a Bulldoze yourself, make sure it comes with those parts. Boris the driver, of course, and his mask. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what the loose price of one is. I haven't actually found one in that state before, but I'd be guessing around £40 to £50 mark. As I found a box one before, and that was going for £60. So if you like Bulldoze, make sure you bring your money with you, or at least have it ready, because he certainly goes for a bit, which is probably just because of his size. I don't think he was one of the more popular ones, so that's either going to be a strike for or against him, depending on how you look at it. And well, that's the end of the review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully be back with some more very soon. See you guys later.